Hi, and welcome back to the Library of Alexandria. I am Alan, and this is my wonderful wife, Christina. As promised, I am back for the second part of the Rapid Fire Questions Tag, wherein I will ask my wife these questions from these handy-dandy note cards, and she will answer, and then she will try to guess what my responses were. And we're going to shoot for a 75% accuracy rate. If she gets 75% of them correct, she will win, and I am just springing this on her right now, the right to decide where we eat for dinner tonight, because I don't feel like cooking, and I'm sure she doesn't feel like cooking either, so we're gonna pick something up. And so if she gets it, she gets to decide. If she doesn't, I get to decide. And guess what? If I decide, we're eating Outback.
Of course.
I eat Outback way too much, but I gotta have a bloomin' onion, y'all. I gots to have a bloomin' onion. Anyway, without further ado, because that's what you say, without further ado, I'm gonna start using ado in my everyday vernacular. Anyway, question one. Christina, boom!
Wait, do I answer first for me?
You answer for you, and then I'll ask you what I said. Okay. Ebook or physical book?
Physical book. And what do I think you picked?
Well, do you want to say anything about why you prefer physical book? I mean, you can actually do a rapid fire where you just boom, you say it.
Physical book, because if I want to flip back and reference something, I frequently flip back and reference things, and it's much harder to find your place with an ebook than it is with a paper book. So paper book, I put my thumb here and I flip back and I look for whatever, when did I meet this character before, or wasn't this foreshadowed earlier, whatever it is I'm looking for, I can keep my thumb there and flip back and look real quick. It's much harder with an ebook to do that.
Agreed. All right, so what did I say?
Physical book.
I did say physical book because I hate ebooks, and I think you know that. Boom, that is one correct. Ka-ching! I'm gonna throw some on the screen.
I should hold the correct ones here.
Well, you threw away two of my cards, so I got 3 questions on this one. So.
I didn't know we needed them. They were on the floor.
All right.
They were on the floor.
Oh, well, I thought I picked them all up. Look, you saw. Anyway. All right, number 2, paperback or hardback? Okay,
for me, I like the look of the hardback, the feel of the paperback. So, like, if I'm just buying a book, but I'm also cheap, so I'm gonna go with paperback.
Okay. What did I say?
Paperback.
Accurate. You're right. This is paperback. You said the answer everybody gives, which I like the look of hardback, but I like to read paperback. That's right. All right. Boom. That's 2. Crap. I want Outback. Come on. Y'all will her to get them wrong. Will it at home? All right. Number 3. Online or in-store shopping?
What do I like?
Yes. They're always you first.
In-store. I like in-store shopping.
Okay. Good.
Because I don't know what I like. So it's easier to just go to a section and flip around and just be like, oh, this is interesting. Oh, that's interesting. And then what did you pick?
What did I say?
I'm going to go with in-store. I know that you buy things online a lot, but I think you really get excited about going to the bookstore itself.
Dang it, that's correct. Dang it, that's 3. No! Take these, you got all 3 of them. Boom. All right, here we go. Number 4.
Okay.
Trilogies or series?
For me personally, I'm going to go with trilogies because I like to have a light at the end of the tunnel. Series can just drag on forever, and sometimes you don't know when they're going to end. It's just like, oh, the next book's coming out. How long are the next books going to keep coming out? I don't know. And I'm just not that committed. Then for you, I'm going to go with series.
I did say series, but just barely. Dang it. Dang it. Take this. All right. Number 5, you'll never get this one. Well, for you first. Heroes or villains?
Oh, I like heroes because I root for them. I'm gonna guess you picked villains.
This is the only one that I called in my video that you would totally get. Of course.
Guys, this man doesn't like books or movies if they don't have a good villain.
Yeah, I'm looking at you, Frozen 2.
I don't understand. The story can be so interesting for lots of other reasons.
Without a primary antagonist? No, it can't.
Character development.
Towards what?
You can have circumstances that they have to overcome, but you don't have to have a villain.
Oh, I'm sorry, but like overcoming your circumstances is a terrible villain. Pass.
It's not a villain. You don't have to have a villain. Villains are unnecessary. Stop it.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I just thought I was reading one of your books. Here you go. You got it right. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. All right.
What a butt.
Number 6. A book you want everyone to read.
Okay, for me, I just read this book called Blessed Are the Misfits by Brant Hansen, and it was really good. Now, it's from a Christian perspective, so it doesn't really make sense from a secular perspective. So it's not really a book that I want everyone to read necessarily. Oops, I need to put my phone on silent.
It's fine. Your phone went off. So unprofessional.
So embarrassing.
Christina, we're in public.
Sorry. But it's such a good book that I've been recommending it left and right. So that's the book for me.
What did I say?
I'm going to guess Sinlin Ascends.
Dang it, I did. I felt bad about saying Sinlin Ascends.
Why?
Because I keep telling everybody, and everyone watching this is tired of it. But
this is the first book that you have recommended that I have read.
that's true, and Macon read it too, and Macon loved it and bought two, and then Macon is letting Dustin borrow his. So.
And I gotta say, it was really good, guys.
That's right, I'm starting a Sinlin Ascends chain, y'all. Boosh, you got that? I cannot believe it. You will never get this one, though. So, here we go. All right, recommend an underrated book or series.
Ooh.
There's no way you get this one from me.
Okay, well, I guess I have to pick one first.
Jamaican Inspector Man.
Jamaican Inspector Man.
I have no idea what I read that's underrated. What have I read that's underrated?
I don't know.
I'm too mainstream.
Something you like? Really? Into the Wilderness is mainstream?
No, but I don't recommend it that strongly.
Bunch of music books. Do you recommend Bach or Chopin? What about Time Traveler's Wife?
I haven't read it yet.
Oh. Business Boutique? That's not underrated.
It's a business book.
That's not an underrated book, though.
I have no idea what I read that's underrated.
I don't know.
Is Anne of Green Gables underrated?
Probably. I mean, maybe. You can say Anne of Green Gables.
I'm too mainstream to pick one that really feels underrated, but I'm going to go with Anne of Green Gables because it's wholesome and wonderful.
What did I say?
I have no idea.
I know. You gotta guess.
No idea. Okay. I'm going to assume that you didn't say Sinlin Ascends again.
That is accurate. I did not.
Okay.
I would have felt bad to say that.
Is The Black Company underrated by any chance?
I mean, yes, but I wouldn't recommend that. But that's not what I said. I said Long Price Quartet, which I don't know why you don't listen to me when I talk, because I clearly have been talking about Long Price Quartet all the time. Honey.
You've only read 2 of them so far, though.
That's true. And then I said Death Gate Cycle, which you've never heard me talk about. So that's fine. Yes.
Boo, I missed one.
But you got 75%, so now I got one. Yes. All right. Boom. 8. The last book you bought.
I bought a couple, didn't I? Or was the last one? It might be, the last one I bought may actually be the Lemon Sisters.
How's that treating you?
So far it's not my favorite. I might DNF it.
It's not my favorite is Christina's code for I don't like it at all.
I don't tend to use very strong language. Okay, and then for you.
What did I buy? You're not gonna remember. And you can't look behind you because it is behind you.
Oh, shoot. Ugh.
Ah, crap. I told Sam I would never leave Luffy out again.
Let's give him a little bit more. Cameo. Luffy cameo. I just don't know. I don't even have a guess.
It was Peace and Turmoil by Elliot Brooks.
Oh, I should have known that because, yeah, I should have known that.
Nice. 2 for me. Yes. Outback, here we come. No. She did not agree to this. I just said that this was the stakes. So we'll see. Number 9. Weirdest thing you've used as a bookmark.
For me? Probably like a bill, some mail, like maybe possibly like a notice from the IRS.
All right, what did I say?
Weirdest thing you've used as a bookmark. Oh wait, I've stuck my cell phone in there before.
There you go.
Temporarily. That was
counts.
pretty good.
That
Stuck
counts.
my cell phone in.
What about you? I have 2 answers. So you can get one of them and get it right.
Weirdest thing you've used as a bookmark. Does dog-earing the page count?
I mean, yeah. If you want to say that. Is that your final answer?
No.
Oh.
You said you have 2, so I get to pick 2 then, right?
No, you get to pick one, but like it can be either of those 2 answers.
Oh, okay. A paper towel.
No. The cat's tail.
Really?
Yeah, if I've got
Which
enough, and it's
cat?
sitting there. Ava, she just sits there. Or Castro, he's dead now. I don't use anymore. And then my insurance information that's stuck in Wearsby over there.
Yeah, I knew that.
That's 3. Oh,
Dang
here we
it.
go.
I'm on a
All
losing
right.
streak.
Used books, yes or no?
Okay, for me, I'm gonna go with no. I have a couple used books, but usually they are like given to me. I know who used them, so there's like sentimental value wrapped in that because they used to belong to somebody that is dear to me. But otherwise, I don't tend to choose to purchase used books. I prefer to buy them new. For you, I'm gonna say new as well.
That's true. I don't mind used books, but the problem is we can't get good used books
used
here
books.
because we don't have a freaking used bookstore. Lame. You got that. Number 11, top 3 favorite genres.
Okay, I'm going to go with literary fiction, like Jane Austen. Then
Classical stuff.
yes.
Got it.
Then I'm gonna go with historical fiction, like Into the Wilderness.
But not sharp.
No.
Why? Too much blood?
Yes, I'm not into war.
What? I don't understand.
don't like
I don't
warfare.
understand you as a person.
And then I'm gonna say maybe like high fantasy, like Lord of the Rings,
That's fair.
like where it's also kind of classic fantasy.
You-
Classic fantasy,
You
is that
can-
a category?
You can just say fantasy. We don't.
I
need,
made up a
We don't need
category.
subgenres. You can just say fantasy.
Well, I don't want to claim something.
Well, you can just say fantasy though, because I didn't use subgenres.
Okay, fantasy.
All right, what are mine?
Okay, fantasy.
That's number 1. Good. You got 2 more.
Does like military fantasy count?
That's a subgenre.
It's a subgenre?
You can't-
Okay.
It's nothing
so,
fantasy.
Fantasy, historical fiction, sci-fi? Those are the 3 I'm going with.
That's incorrect. Fantasy, sci-fi, and then like mystery. I do like
mystery.
historical fiction, but only like really specific historical fiction. And most historical fiction, if you look for it, it's got like colonial women and like bare-chested dudes on the front. And that's seriously go do a search for historical fiction on Amazon, and you will get a bunch of bare-chested dudes like on the cover. Seriously, it's like Amish romances or something.
That's a different thing.
Serious? I will show you when we're done with this. Go
It's a
search it.
romance category. That's different from historical fiction.
No, most of the historical
It should be.
Most of the historical fictions are romances.
So editing Alan here, and it turns out that my wife was 100% correct. I do not know where I got the idea that all historical fiction was like a Harlequin romance, really. I think I was looking at like NetGalley at some of the historical fiction they have there, and there is a bunch of stuff that fits the criteria that I was talking about there. But I tried to duplicate the situation that I was discussing on both Goodreads and Amazon and could not do it. However, when I looked up historical romance, again, tons of Amish stuff. I guess Amish is a huge like subsection of the romance genre. Anyway, my wife was right. I was not right. I thought for sure I had seen that somewhere. I don't know where I saw them. I must have been looking in the Harlequin section. Anyway, back to the video.
Yeah, I see your point.
This one's mine. I almost
Should
dropped
be
these
separate.
again. I almost dropped this again, y'all.
I posit I should get 2/3 of a point for that because I got 2 of the 3.
I mean, if you get if you end up getting a half a point, we'll count it. But anyway, borrow or buy.
Borrow or buy. Okay, for me personally, I'm gonna go with borrow. Then if I really like it, I'll go out and buy it. But I'll borrow it first. And I should have done that with the Lemon Sisters.
What about me?
I'm gonna go with buy.
Correct. I hate borrowing people's stuff. There you go. Boom. All right. Characters or plot?
Okay, for me, 100% characters. I am interested in learning about the people in the story. If I don't like the characters, I don't like the book. For you, I'm gonna go with plot. I think if there is no plot, you don't care how good the characters are. You don't want the book.
Yes. Here. Hey, that's right. I don't want them just sitting around doing nothing. All right. Number 14, long or short books?
Okay, for me, I slightly prefer short because I'm kind of a slow reader. I savor my books. If they're too long, it's going to take me forever to read them. For example, I've been reading a John Adams biography for months now.
I don't know how. I don't know how you haven't devoured that.
I only read like
It's John Adams.
10 pages at a time.
Welcome, folks, to the Adams administration. Isn't that how it goes?
Sit down, John. Right?
No one's ever seen that movie. 1776. Watch it if you
That
haven't.
part is referenced though in Hamilton, so hopefully they've
that's
seen
true.
Hamilton.
Thomas, for God's sake, listen to me.
Anyway,
Accurate.
for you, I'm gonna go with long books because I think you just read so many that are so long, you must have a preference for them.
Christina, it's like you don't know me at all.
Why would you keep reading
How
them?
many times did you hear me complain about how long this book is?
Because you're a glutton for punishment.
No,
You're a masochist.
I hate that it's this long. I don't want them to be this long.
secretly like that
I
it's
don't
that long.
secretly like it.
Then why do you keep buying such long books?
I have no choice on how long Stephen Erickson chooses to make his stupid books.
He does this to himself, folks.
It's not. I would rather it be shorter, but so I actually lean on the short side. I don't want like 200 pages, but that's too long. Too long. I get to keep this one.
That's fair. I'm not worried.
Oh, long or short chapters?
I think for me, I don't know that I have a super strong preference, but is medium an option? I'm gonna go with long. I think I prefer longer chapters so I can stay in the story and not feel like it's interrupted. And for you, I'm gonna go with long chapters.
I hate long chapters. I hate them.
Oh, no.
Stephen Erickson's again back here. These it's like 80 something page chapters.
Okay, that's crazy.
That's
it's like a
too
whole
long.
book. That's like a whole book.
Too long. I like short chapters.
The John Adams biography has sub-chapters. Each chapter has 3 different Roman
do you
numeral
like
sections.
that?
No.
Then why did you say long chapters?
Because that's unreasonably long. Sinlin was like 12 pages. There's a chapter. Bam,
That's a
done.
short chapter.
Yeah, that's too short. I want them a little bit longer.
No, I love this. No. I am definitely picking dinner tonight.
No.
We're like-
One of these is worth 3.
Oh, dang it.
Remember?
That's true. We're still not done. All right. Books that make you laugh or cry. This is not actually worth anything. I'm not going to keep this one.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's too hard. Well, no. I'll let you know. I do not have one that makes me cry, but you will have to guess about what makes me laugh.
Okay. Wait, I'm supposed to list books or choose books?
You pick books that make you laugh, like books that have
Laugh
made you laugh
versus
or cry.
I'm naming a specific book.
You are naming a book that made you laugh.
I'm not choosing whether I want to laugh or cry.
Did I read this question wrong? Hang on. Books that make you laugh or books that make you cry? Did I do the question wrong? Okay. You know what? You're probably right. It's asking if you want a book that makes you laugh or a book that makes you cry. I didn't answer it that way, he said, leaning forward out of focus. I answered it, what are some books that made me laugh and books that made me cry? Man, whoops.
Okay.
Does not follow instructions.
I'll answer it the way that you interpreted it,
Okay.
since
Alright.
that's how you read
My
it.
bad.
But I will add, if I'm choosing between laughing or crying, I would rather laugh.
Okay.
Okay, so a book that made me laugh. Actually, the Misfits book, Blessed Are the Misfits. I laughed out loud
Oh, yeah, you
multiple
did.
times.
That's
And then books that make me cry. Oh my gosh, what is that name of that book? I read this book in high school. It was, what was it about?
I don't know. I thought you were going to say the C.S. Lewis one, the Mrs. Lewis
Oh,
one.
I did cry really hard
Was it
at that one.
impersonating Mrs. Lewis?
No, Becoming. Okay, so Becoming Mrs. Lewis did make me cry.
Why did it make you cry?
Well, guys, I didn't know. It's based on real life, so it's not really a spoiler. If you're familiar with her life at all, then you know what happens. It's about C.S. Lewis's wife. If you're not familiar, skip ahead a couple seconds because I'm about to tell you. She dies very shortly after they get married. She finds out that she has cancer, and they're only married for maybe 4 years, but she gets cancer like that right off the bat, and I was sobbing at the end of the book. I didn't super love the writing style of the book, but it did very much make me cry.
Christina cries at a lot of books.
Commercials, Facebook posts.
That's accurate.
Cute things our pets do.
All right, what's a book that made me laugh?
I think anything by Terry Pratchett makes you laugh.
I hate this. All right. Our world or fictional worlds?
Oh, good question.
Is it? I didn't understand this question.
Do you prefer books that are set in our world versus books that are set in a fictional world?
Is that what it is? Okay, so I thought this question meant, do you prefer reading about our world or fictional worlds, which I think is what you're saying, right?
Yeah.
Or do you prefer our world, do you want to live in our world or a fictional world? So that's how I answered it.
What do you want to live in?
Well, which one would I rather read about, and then which one would I rather live in?
Okay.
You can answer it. Do you prefer books set in the real world or fictional world?
I actually prefer books set in the real world.
Okay.
I like others too, but I prefer set in the world that we live in.
Would I prefer to read about our world or...
No, you would
fictional
prefer a fictional world.
Take that. Correct. All right. Audiobooks, yes or no?
I cannot do audiobooks for the same reason I can't do ebooks. I can't flip back and quickly reference something. In fact, audiobooks are worse for that than ebooks, because ebooks you could probably maybe search for a word. I don't know.
No.
Can you do that?
I don't know.
I've never actually used a real one. Okay, and then for you prefer real books,
Yes.
not audiobooks.
Take it. All right, 20. Do you ever judge a book by its cover?
Me? Yes. 100%.
Is that because you're an INFJ? J is for judgy, is that right?
That's not what the J stands
For
for.
judgy.
Judging.
Judgy.
Judging versus perceiving.
INF judgy.
No. I do. Aesthetics are very important to me. I've discovered it's becoming more and more so as I get older. So yes, I do judge a book by its cover. But I'll have an initial response. Everybody does if you're honest with yourself. So when I'm perusing a bookstore, I will pick up covers that look interesting to me and titles that look interesting to me. I respond to both. Then I read the back cover, flip through, and decide if it's worth reading. So yes.
Do I ever judge books by their cover?
Ever?
That's the question.
I don't think that you usually judge books by their cover. I think you probably care more about recommendations from other people. Is it an author you like? Is it a genre that you like? But I do think you like was it the Iron Ship book that you picked up because it had a pretty cover? So I'm gonna go with, if you were honest, you would have said yes.
Of course I said yes. I hate ugly covers. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this cover. Look at this cover. Look at it.
That's not good.
This is not, this is a product of the 80s. This is not a good cover for what's the year, 2020? Ah, crap. So you got this. All right, book to movie or book to TV adaptation? Go, answer the question.
Book to movie.
Okay.
I prefer book to movie. I don't think I've ever seen a TV series that did a book justice. Correct me if I'm wrong. And I'm going to say the same for you, book to movie.
That is incorrect. I hate
Really?
There's no time in a movie to do anything right, so they skip everything and they cut crap.
What
Book
TV
to
series
TV
have you seen based
that
on a
has
book?
done it well?
Yeah.
I don't know, but I don't know. I know that I prefer the TV miniseries of It, Stephen King's It, to the movie, because Tim Curry they have more time, really, to do it.
They do have more time in a series. That makes a lot of
And
sense.
The Witcher, The Witcher's okay, but I think that if you were going to do a book well, you do it on TV. And then the Game of Thrones, which I haven't watched, but everyone likes, because it wouldn't have worked in the movie. You have to do it on TV. Anyway, there's more time. And I read, as you said, I read long books. You ain't making a movie out of Dust of Dreams. You're not gonna do it. It's gotta be like 3 seasons, just as one book. Skip to the end. Anyway, yes.
You got one.
All right. A movie or show you preferred to the book.
Oh. Okay, for me, I think that I actually liked the TV show, A Series of Unfortunate Events, better than the book.
Yeah.
I didn't think about that one earlier. That is a good one. I just named a book to a TV series that actually did a good job. So I'm going to say that one.
What did I say? I will give you a hint. Mine is a movie. It is a movie I preferred to the book.
I don't know. I'm just like, I have to pass.
Lord of the Rings.
Oh, I almost said that.
Should have. Specifically, Fellowship
Dang
of the
it.
Ring. All right, and finally, series or standalones?
Okay, for me, I think series, because a lot of times, I get committed to the characters. I want to know what happens to them. And for you, I know most of what you read are series. I think sometimes you feel like that locks you down and you kind of wish they were standalone so you could read lots of new things. But I think you're drawn to the series. I'm going to go series.
I thought this was a gimme. Of course, if I pick series over trilogies, I don't know why I would pick standalones over series. You're
That's a
right.
good point.
Take that. All right, so now the moment of truth. Boom. Let's see what we got. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I have 8. And there are 23 questions. So that means that I have essentially a third of them. Honey, you got over 60, but not quite 75%. So...
What? No. Turn the camera off.
What do you turn the camera off? Why?
No.
No.
No. I did not agree to these terms.
No, that's accurate. She didn't. And initially I was going to say 60%. But then at the last second, I jacked it up to 75%.
75 is very high.
Indeed. So we're going to have a discussion about dinner after this. But guys, but thanks for watching. If you got this far, for my 2-part video of the rapid fire questions tag. I'm Alan, and this is my wonderful wife, Christina. And as always, guys, thanks for watching.